Whitecaps, Ada McKeon from Knoxbury, and Willie the Coast of the U19 Whitecaps from Port Hawkesbury.
Welcome back, one and all, to the Almaguer Sports Center. The following is a presentation of the Nova Scotia U18 Major Hockey League in partnership with High Button Sports. I'm your host, Breton Maloney, for this contest as the Dartmouth Steele Subaru face off against the hometown Cape Breton West Islanders. As the teams gather at their blue lines, we will start with O Canada and the national anthem.
And welcome to the Almaguer Sports Center. Please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem.
And so the Islanders, after a long stretch, 38 days in the calendar year without a home game before playing host to a double header here at the Almaguer Sports Center tonight and tomorrow against the Dartmouth Steele Subaru, who are coming off a 5-0 record in their last 5, including 2 wins against the Halifax McDonald's, the only team in the league who has been able to defeat them thus far this season. So the Islanders have their work cut out for them here on a hot team in the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. The Islanders, respectively, 1-4 in their last 5 after going on a 5-game losing skid before defeating the March and Milco Hunters in their last contest on December 21st, just before the holiday break. So they're looking to get back into the win column here, get a couple wins together, and they have a tough opponent here, to put it lightly, in the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Both teams banging their sticks on their respective benches for what should be a real exciting contest here. Once again, live from the Almaguer Sports Center, as the Islanders win the opening draw, moving it up to the near side and jumped into the zone. On to the far wall, Islanders looking to get things started early here with a forecheck. On to the point to Chisholm, who drives it towards the goal, loose in front, and unable to sweep it on goal as that one cleared down all the way. No icing call. Oh, it is icing call, pardon me, as the arm got up after that as Chatham skated in after the puck. This first period brought to you by Superline Fuels, worry-free home heating, oil and propane, delivered proudly by local experts. Comforting your family is our priority at Superline Fuels. Face off in the offensive zone for the Islanders. Lance Hookshorst, leading goal scorer for the Islanders, on the opening draw, and also the captain of the team, is that shot by McDonald off the draw, rebound chance in front, and cleared away here as the Steele Subaru pick it up. Dumping it out past Trenham all the way down. Icing waved off as Lucas Chisholm gets tangled up behind the goal. On the point to Henry, it escapes him, he has to chase it down here as the Subaru reset. Henry off the near side of McQueen. Here comes number 25 for the Subaru, dancing by, can't get to the goal, it just escaped him. As Florence moves back to the side, Leo Florence getting the start in goal for the Islanders. Quick shot to the point, deflected there and picked up by Cooper McNeil, who tries to clear. As the Islanders look to get out of their zone here. Up to neutral ice. Davidson chips it in. Land on to retrieve it there for the Subaru, getting it to the right wing side. As Munden with a backhand feed across to Carver. It escapes him. Now back to the neutral zone reset as Ryan dumps that in. McNeil gathers it in here for the Islanders. Outlet play. Picked up by Duffy. Duffy holds on to the right wing to Munden. Chase Munden, leading goal scorer for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru with 40 points in 26 games played, including a team leading 24 goals. As here it comes McDonald down the wing. Nice move, but he was knocked down there. Scott with a hard check there as McDonald tangles up with his man as he looks to hold that line. Aiden McDonald now dumping it into the zone. Kieran McDonald chasing it down on the wing. Trying to get a hold of that puck. Here come the Subaru. Pass across. Nice spin move there. And Smith worked himself in. Here comes Colby Fleet down the left wing side. Healthy body check there, or reverse check that is. That one off the ceiling beam on the clearing attempt by Henry. And that'll have a stoppage here and likely a face-off in the defensive end for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Colby Fleet on the draw in the offensive zone here for the Islanders. Got Ellis and McCackern on the points. Ellis off the draw. Quick shot, glove down into the corner by Salas Mullins, who gets the start in goal for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Worked in the corner, worked behind the goal. McDonald trying to center. Fleet on it now. He looks to put it in front. Here's a chance. On the side, unable to get the pass away. As that was intercepted. Now McQueen skates out with it. Looking to make a move past Ellis, and he was knocked off the puck as McDonald turns with it now. Drop to defense to McCackern. McCackern, far side, off the wall and all the way down. That'll be an icing here against the Islanders. So they'll be unable to make the line change. That could be a tired group out there at this stage for the hometown Islanders as the Dartmouth Steele Subaru looking to capitalize here. He's up in the offensive zone as Burgess takes his place at the draw against Fleet. On this side, Carver gets a hold of it here. Moving down, gets checked by Fleet in the corner. Forechecking effort now here by the Subaru as they look to advance the play. Check down to the ice. That's going to be called a penalty here as Ellis a little too aggressive there. That's going to be a boarding call against Jonah Ellis. He doesn't like the call, but he's going to go to the box. And the dangerous Dartmouth Steele Subaru are going to be on the power play. This power play brought to you by Ideal Concrete. As the Subaru got the extra man on the attack here at a 5-on-4 advantage. Max Bryant on the draw. Tied up onto the point. Shot from distance all the way through and wide. Delaney picks it up on the near side. McQueen on the point, slides it across. Tremblay moves in and shoots, and he sailed that over the goal as it looked to have caught the arm of Forrence and he deflected into the netting. Ryan on the draw once again here against Hookshorst. Chipped out of the zone, and the Islanders kill some time as the penalty unit gets it down the ice. McPhee behind his own goal. Trying to slide a pass across. He was checked by Delaney. Good forecheck here. Chance short-handed and picked off by Poplinski. Dylan Poplinski, the Subaru captain, leads the defenseman in points on his team with 27 in 24 games played. Not an easy feat. Over a point per game average for a defenseman. In a very competitive league as that one worked in the corner. Held here by McQueen. McQueen backhand feed across as the Subaru set up in the offensive zone. Power play unit going to work here with 57 seconds remaining on their advantage. A shot there and a pad save by Florence in the slot. That one dumped down the ice by the penalty killing unit. And they get that second unit on the ice here with a line change. As behind the play, a couple players tangled up here in front of the Islanders bench as Brian got taken the body of there by Delaney. And some hemming and hawing there on the Islanders bench. Mind game's already starting to go to work here at the Almagana Sports Center as Ryan intercepted by Davidson. Davidson tries to dance in and tries to get a pass across to Jake McGinnis, who shovels into the zone. Davidson on the forecheck, trying to chip it ahead. Excuse me, that was Jack McGinnis, not Jake. As John Hugh McGinnis now on the back check. Onto the point, unable to hold the line. There was Land. And it's moved ahead now as McDonald skates in. Aiden McDonald, nice move to the net! And what a save that was on a beautiful move by Aiden McDonald. And Silas Mullins robbed him on that glove hand bid. As the power play has come to an end. And we are back to even strength. The Islanders have killed that one off. And that could have been a highlight reel goal for Aiden McDonald. He's still on the ice with his face-off. What a move that was, and what a save by Silas Mullins. His biggest test of the game so far. Nice move there on McQueen in his own zone, turning with it. Nice touch play, deflected out and right into my area. As that was a close call for yours truly here, as that one came careening into the broadcast booth, as I tentatively call it. And a close call like that will certainly keep my blood pumping for the rest of this game, folks. I'm not going to suffer from too much hypothermic potential with pucks flying every which direction, some of them right at me as a delayed offside call here against the Islanders. They have to tag up for that as here come the Subaru the other way. Moving into Scotland. Scotland with a shot. Pad saved there by Florence. Near side, Will Chisholm trying to get a stick on that. Good forecheck in front of the net. Here's a chance. Pass across and unable to get the shot away there. Was Scotland. Near side, McQueen. He turns with it. Holds on. Slides it near side to Henry. Henry moves it across. Trying to find Smith. Unable to get it to him in time. It just escaped him. But they move ahead with the forecheck here as McDonald turns. Aiden McDonald. Moves it to McCackern. Thomas McCackern. Started out with pass. Chisholm tried to get a stick on that. Dumped it in, and that'll elude the icing call. They're looking to move it out of the zone here, the Subaru. They're back and forth thus far in this game. As Ryan gets into the zone. Ryan tries to slide it in front, and Lucas Chisholm with a healthy block there. Held on the point, though. Still alive. A shot. That one deflected over the goal. And Florence trying to get through to see that puck to the screen. Close call there for number 31. As Poplinski fires that in behind the goal to keep the play alive for the Subaru. Outlet play looking to spring Davidson. It's well past him. Trying to beat that icing and unable to do so. As we'll go all the way back down to the Islanders' end for this draw. Face off in the offensive zone for the Steele Subaru. Brian on the draw. On to the point to Land. Land a shot to a screen and a blocker save through traffic by Florence. Another chance in front, banging away. Still loose. And it's covered by Florence. He fought it off and covered it. And some extracurriculars there after the whistle. As the Steele Subaru taking a few liberties there with Florence. But you got to keep pushing until that whistle blows. And so plenty of gamesmanship on both sides of things here. Just near the halfway point of the first period of play. A good couple of pressure opportunities so far for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru with zone pressure, that is, but unable to get too much sustained pressure. And opportunities, a chance in front of that one on the goal line. Past the goalpost. That was a close call. There is the Islanders looking to box them out when they do get the pressure, but That was the closest call yet for Florence. Is now the Islanders in the other one end as the shoe gets on the other foot here as the Islanders try to put some zone pressure of their own here as they get it on the forecheck. Land try to take the body. Intercepted by Davidson to the point of McNeil. McNeil a drive, deflected wide. What a tip that was a hook shot. Robert chains him with the shot. They score! And the Islanders open the scoring as a rebound in front. Davidson pots it in the back of the net. And the boys in the orange throwback jerseys lead the game 1-0 here. There's something about those throwback jerseys that gets the aggression going early here for the Islanders, and they open the scoring here and draw first blood in this contest. As Davidson pumped up after that goal. Off the draw. Subaru looking to respond here. They're in hostile territory and they're down a goal in the first. Plenty of hockey left to play. Only one goal scored so far. And they get on the forecheck here, but that's going to be an icing call here against them right after this draw. And the officials are going to get some disciplinary action there. They try to mitigate any skirmishes after the whistle and try to keep things in play. So the Islanders with an offensive zone draw once again here as Aiden McDonald takes his place on the face-off against Sam Ryan. Draw one to the point to McCackern. McCackern dumps it in around for Delaney. It escapes him onto the near side, sweeping play. Moved aside. Breton West trying to hold the line there as Delaney dumps it into the corner. McDonald on the forecheck. Here they come again. Pass in front. And he goes through everybody. Ellis holds the line across to McCackern. Chance for McDonald a drive, and that one caught the netting off a deflection as the Islanders starting to buzz here in the first. Face off in the offensive zone once again for the Islanders as Hookshores takes his place at the draw. Taken off the draw, moved on the right wing side as the Subaru come out with it now to neutral ice. Moved across McDonald, a shot that was fanned on as Trentham got a piece of it as well on the follow through as Watt moves aside. Taken on the back check there by McDonald, drops it off to this defense. Subaru looking to reset the play as it's off the far wall. Taken out of the zone. Moved in. Here's a chance. And that one stopped up. But Waddy gave it away to McQueen. McQueen on the backhand. Save made by Florence. Another chance. It's loose. And the referee lost sight of the puck and blows it dead. As Florence. Close call there for number 31. It was in his equipment. He tried to cover it. Enough to get the whistle. And a stoppage. Face off in the offensive zone here for the Subaru. Chipped in the corner. McNeil backhand to Chisholm. Chisholm looking to clear, held by Poplinski. He gets knocked down to the ice by McDonald. And that's going to be called a penalty here. And it's going to be a charging minor, I believe, against Hunter McDonald, it looks like. So McDonald excuse me, that's going to be against Sparks, rather. My mistake on that call. I didn't even notice what the penalty was there. So this penalty, or power play rather, brought to you by Zuffin Contractors. Shows you why I'm not a referee, folks. That call was completely flipped of what I thought it was. And either way, the Islanders now on the power play. 2 minutes on the clock. Worked in the corner, fired down the ice by the Subaru. As they look to take some of the wind out of the power play sails of the Islanders to start off this penalty kill. As here comes Sam Trenum up to the neutral ice, firing it into the zone. Rimmed around the boards for McDonald. Hunter McDonald in the corner. Fired down the ice. The Subaru kills some more time. As Foran stops that's up behind the goal for Trenum. Sam Trenum. Near side for Fleet. Colby Fleet dumps it into the zone. The Islanders go to work. Fired off the wall. Picked up there by Hookshore. Sliding it to Fleet. Colby Fleet on the wing. Onto the point. Moves it across. Trenum waits. Back across to Fleet. The Islanders are going to set up the play here on the power play. Fleet holds on. Rims it around the board for McDonald on the point. Hunter McDonald. Saucer across to Trenum. Just holding the line. Shot there from distance. Save made by Mullins, and he holds on for the whistle. And we go to a TV timeout before the next face-off.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better. Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
And we're back with this face-off. Once again, this power play brought to you by Zeppelin Contractors. As the Islanders get set up in the offensive zone for this draw, Aiden McDonald on the face-off dot. Taken there by Poplinski. He fires it down to kill some time for the Subaru. Ellis intercepted by McQueen on that pass by Forrence. Moved across. Short-handed chance here. Poplinski. Shot towards the goal. Deflected. And Kieran McDonald takes a hold of it now. Kieran McDonald moving up the ice, holds on, slides into the zone for Jake McGinnis to skate after it. He delivers a body check on Poplinski. And that's fired down the ice by the Subaru defense. As Foran stops it up. Sweeping it to Ellis. Ellis unable to handle that pass. And in relief there comes Aiden McDonald as he comes through the neutral ice. McDonald chipping it across. Finds Watt. Lex Watt on the wing, tried to drop it free. Right behind the goal, McDonald. Unable to pass it in front as Watt delivers a body check in the corner. Lex Watt on the point to McNeil. McNeil holds the line as it was pressured there defensively. Hard check there by Kieran McDonald. That's going to be called. There's a skirmish there on the wall. I'm not able to get a good angle on it here. On an interference call coming here. McDonald protesting the call. And it looks like it's just as the Subaru penalty was expiring. So now another power play, this time going in favor of the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. And this one sponsored by Ideal Concrete. As Kieran McDonald serves this time in the box for interference. Face off in the offensive zone. 8:35 remaining in the first. 2 minutes on the clock for the penalty. Ryan on the draw. Wins it back to the point. Land moves it across. Duffy moving in. Working in the corner. Drops it off on the far side. Ryan on the near wall. Steps on the top of the circle. Quick shot, and he just shot that just wide of the short side on Forrence. Picked up here onto the right wing. Duffy onto the point land. Across to Ryan. Ryan in front, and a great pad save there. Looking for a tip on that shot was Ryan. That one off the near side. Ryan picks it up again. Subaru going to work here. Shot there through distance. The save made. Rebound chance in front. It's still loose. And cleared up off the linesman skates and out. As the Islanders kill some time. Good pressure there in those last 45 seconds or so by the Subaru as they skate in again. Trying to clear it into the zone on the power play. Davidson trying to dig at that puck. Here comes Poplinski on the wall. Moves it across. Shot from distance all the way through. Glove down by Forrence for the whistle. Once again, this Dartmouth Steel Subaru power play brought to you by Ideal Concrete. And change-ups to the power play unit here for Subaru as they get things started in the offensive zone. 53 seconds remaining on the clock, and the man advantage for the Subaru. Onto the point. Move across to McQueen. Little shimmy and shakes. Thinks Weiser of forcing it, but he couldn't get it past Davidson as he delivered a body check on the follow-through. It goes out into the defensive zone here for the Subaru. Davidson on it. He gets checked and knocked his man down, getting the better of Brian there as McGinnis with a hard check in the corner. Here comes McQueen down the wing against Davidson. Moves past him. McQueen, the head of steam. Stays on his feet into the corner. Pass across Brian, a shot. Pad save, closing the wickets there. And a clearing attempt all the way down the ice, and a successful one for the Islanders with just 8 seconds remaining on their penalty. Looks like they're going to be able to kill this one off, but here come the Subaru once again. Pass on the near side. Here comes Brian down the wing. Brian moved across, looking to find Poplinski. He's in the corner now, sweeping in front, blocked by Ellis. Ellis, lead pass for McDonald. Hunter McDonald, he's got Chisholm with him. McDonald to Chisholm, a shot save made, point blank. And McDonald shaken up after the play as he had a collision in the boards there on that setup. He's back into the play again and on his feet, skating after on the forecheck. Taken away there. Fleet gets into the zone, and that's going to be offside as Will Chisholm was a step ahead of the play. So no shortage of tests in the first period for Silas Mullins. Another one there on that cross-ice feed from McDonald to Chisholm, and a great save there, post to post, as we set up here in the neutral ice for this draw. That one chipped all the way down off that draw. Ellis chasing it down. Moves it to McCacken. Rims it around the near side. Henry holds the line there for the Subaru. Dumps it in around the corner. McDonald going to pick that up. Trying to chip it past there as Hunter McDonald knocked down by Scotland. Here comes Ellis. Cross in the far side. Picked off by McDonald. Chipping it into the zone there for the Subaru. Trenham after it. Up against Slater. Trenham. Smith turning with it. Trying to put it in front. Taken away by Trenham now. Turning with it. Rimming it around. Ellis looking to chase it down against Smith. Smith on the forecheck against Ellis. Looking to take him for a ride. Moved in front, and Florence forced to cover on a healthy forecheck there by the Subaru as they earn themselves an offensive zone draw on this next line change in the offensive zone. So far, shots are 12-7 in favor of the Subaru. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Islanders. As Florence, quite a few tests in goal for him to start this contest. He's held his own thus far. So 5 minutes remaining in the opening frame as the Subaru still go to work here in the offensive zone. Ideal scenario for them would be to tie the game up before that first intermission as they get in. Chance here is in below the goal line. Onto the point again. Another shot from distance deflected into the netting for stoppage and play. Brian on the draw in the offensive zone here for the Subaru, up against Aiden McDonald. Tangled up on the draw, Trenham gets a hold of it, backhands off the wall, held at the line. Here comes McGinnis. Jake McGinnis dumps it into the zone for the Islanders and tries to get after it. It's a body check on Duffy into the corner. McGinnis again after it. Tremblay. Moving on to the right wing side, McNeil has to chase it down here on defense of the Islanders. Tries to chip it past, all the way down it goes as McGinnis chases it down. That's going to be an icing against the Islanders here as we'll go back all the way back down to their zone for this next draw. Pinned off the wall. Held in the line there by Subarus. Here's a chance in front of it. What a save that was by Forrest! With the left pad, robbing his man in front of Still pressure, and that one deflected wide. That was Forrest's toughest test yet this period, and he stood tall there as that one fired wide. Still with the pressure here of the Subaru. Off the wall, Poplinski chasing it down. Dylan Poplinski. Well, the play deflected there onto the bench area of the Islanders. Face off in the neutral ice here. 3:33 remaining in the first. Near side to Henry. Henry skating out with it, chips it into the zone for the Subaru. McCackern off the wall. Finds McGinnis, trying to clear, kept alive. Burgess turning with it now. Holds on and spins. Moved it ahead of Scotland. Scotland moves it across. Chipped into the zone there for the Subaru as Ellis chases it down. Great pressure once again by the Steele Subaru here in the first. Unable to crack Florence just yet. McGinnis skating out with it. Moves it across for Hookshores. Or McCacken rather. Trying to find McGinnis in front. Unable to get through. Chance in front again. And the Subaru able to clear as Ellis turns with it now. Ellis chips it back to himself as he stays in the corner, and that one's going to be whistled on the offside. As Watt unable to escape the zone in time for the tag up. And that'll be a neutral zone draw to ensue here. 2:45 remaining in the opening frame. 1-0 lead for the Islanders here. And the Subaru put on the pressure in the second half of the first period. And the Islanders are going to hold on to that one-goal lead and take it into that second period of play. But here they come again with a chance. Shot there, stopped up by Mullins as he wasn't able to hold on to it. As the Islanders go to work now on the forecheck themselves. Here, pass in front of deflection there, and Mullins covers it. Colby Fleet on the draw in the offensive zone. On the point to Trenum. Trenum a shot, blocked by Tremblay. And an uncomfortable block at that as he's slow to get back to his feet. Here they come down the wing as Smith tried to make a move on Trenum, unable to get past him, but he gets after it on the back check. Pass across near side, Trenum picks it up and fires it down into the zone.
The Islanders are hosting a grouping drive in support of the Killer Hood.
Here comes Davidson. Davidson, a nice move. Runs it in front, deflected there by McDonald, unable to get it towards the goal. As Davidson chases that down onto the point there, and looks like there was some head contact behind the play here. As Kieran McDonald is going to go back to the box here on that play. So a head contact penalty going to Kieran McDonald, his second penalty of the game. This one brought to you by Zeppelin Contractors. So the Steele Subaru, quite a few chances so far in the first on the power play here for them. Let's see if they can capitalize here. I think the Islanders pay with a minute 53 remaining in the first period to try and tie this game heading into that first intermission. Kaplinski onto the point. Moves it across. McQueen turns with it. On the point, dropping it down. Tremblay sweeping in front of shot, and that one whistled down as Florence out on the goal line and a skirmish in the corner and in front of the net here. And it's quite a few extracurriculars here. The officials trying to stop things from getting out of hand here. As I believe the Subaru thought that one was in the goal, but it looked to have been stopped on the goal line by Florence. Another close call there for the Islanders. And the officials looking to keep things civil here. And that penalty to Kieran McDonald is a double minor for head contact, so 3:46 remaining in that penalty. If the Islanders are able to kill off this period, which they're looking to do now at this stage, that penalty will continue into the second. If they can't capitalize, here's a shot there, sails over the goal.
4 minutes for head contact. Letting in number 24, Kieran McDonald, 4 minutes for head contact.
Off the draw, cleared out of the zone by the Islanders, penalty killing unit as McPhee has to chase that one down here for the Subaru. McPhee behind his own goal. He's got Hookshorst watching him in front of the net. Moved up the near side. McQueen tries to saucer a pass through and fired in by Poklinski on the forechecking effort. Ellis intercepted there. Near side. McQueen waits, drops it off. Tremblay. Back to McQueen. McQueen holds on. Turns, waits. Doesn't choose to force it. Holds on to him again and goes for a skate. McPhee down low. 44 seconds remaining in the first period. There's a shot from the point. Glove down. Rebound chance in front, and that one saved as well by Forens. Another great save by the Islanders goaltender. A hard check behind the goal here. Goodness gracious. Things getting out of hand here in the first. And there'll likely be some penalties on that play. As Max Bryan goes to the penalty here for roughing. And that'll mitigate the power play here, at least for the remainder of the period. What a turn of events here. We're only in the first frame, folks. This is getting quite chippy here at the Almaguer Sports Center here to start this game. No love lost between these two teams. We haven't even hit the first intermission. I think we're in for a tilt here, folks. Trenham holds on, shoots, save made. It's knocked down and covered by Mullins as the crowd gathers in front. Off the draw, picked up behind the goal. The Subaru looking for one last rush here to end the period. Munden holds onto it, works it into the zone. Lamb trying to get a hold of it. Delayed offside as they have to tag up. Trenham holds on, moves it across to Hunter McDonald as he finds McNeil. McNeil fires in on goal, gloved down by Mullins, forcing a whistle here with 8.6 remaining in the first. McDonald on the draw. Taken. Moved across. Ellis skates in and shoots. Glove. Saved by Mullins. On a rocket shot by Jonah Ellis. As another highlight reel save, this time by Mullins. That one off the draw, and that'll do it here. For the first period of play, the Islanders will take a 1-0 lead into the second period. As we move into the first intermission, this intermission brought to you by Ron McGilvery Chev Buick GMC. Whether you're looking for a new or a new to you vehicle, Ron McGilvery Chev Buick GMC has you covered. With a wide range of selection, amazing deals, knowledgeable and friendly staff that will get you into your dream vehicle. Visit Ron McGilvery Chev Buick GMC and Ron McGilvery Certified Pre-Owned Center at 75 St. Andrew Street in Antigonish, or call at 902-863-2803. That's 902-863-2803, or shop online at rmggm.com. That's rmggm.com. The Islanders would also like to extend a thank you to Zeppelin Contractors and Ideal Concrete for participating in their co-branding program. In addition to being a member of the Islanders sponsorship team, they will also be sponsoring tracksuits for the 2025-26 coaching staff and players. And also a special thank you to Nova Trophy for providing the Islanders players and staff with Islanders hoodies this season. So a 1-0 lead for the Islanders heading into the second period of play. We'll be back shortly with the second period. And both teams making their way back to the ice surface for this, the second period of play, as the linesmen get the nets in their places and securely on the moorings as Mullins and Florence warm up in their respective goal creases. The goal by Ryan Davidson early in the first remains the only goal scored in this game. But as we move into the second period of play, we'll find out if the Subaru will be able to crack Florence, as they have 17 shots total against them in that first period alone. The Islanders not too far off, as they got 11 of their own shots on Mullins. A very run and gun game thus far. Let's see if that continues here in the second period of play. Opening draw of the second period, taken off the draw by Chisholm as he skates in. Will Chisholm, a shot, deflected wide, a chance in front of it. He chops at that one, and that one hopped over his stick. Unable to get a solid shot off on the follow through. Near side back to Chisholm as the Islanders skate in again. Will Chisholm trying to slide it across, blocked in front. Great play there by Henry on the back check to block that pass for Fleet, who was waiting on the opposite side. Colby Fleet turning with it. Even strength, two players in the box, Kieran McDonald and Max Bryan. Pass in front, unable to pull the trigger there. Smith makes his way out of the zone here. Smith down the wing, shot, pad save on the far side. Lucas Chisholm moves it near side for Trenum. Sam Trenum, saucer pass ahead, chipped in there by Fleet. He gets a line change for himself as it's moved in behind the goal. After this, Chisholm try to make a play, picked off here. Out comes Smith, moving through neutral ice. Sweeps it on the near side wall. Picked up by the Subaru. Here they come again as Henry moves on the point. Nice move. McPhee's calling for the pass across. He gathers it in. Here comes McPhee, stopping up. Drops it off and set up the play for Tremblay. Tremblay back across as Poplinski comes off the bench. There's a short power play here for 39 seconds for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. As here come a forechecking attempt again here as they get the pressure here early in the second. Out the wall, McPhee on the point. Moves it across. Here's a chance. Drive there. Save made. Covered up by Florence on that point shot. This second period of play brought to you by West Nova Fuels. Worry-free home heating, oil, and propane delivered proudly by local experts. Comforting your family is our priority at West Nova Fuels. Face off in the offensive zone. This power play brought to you by Zuffin Contractors. There's that one taken in the corner. Onto the point. Moved across. McPhee on the point. Down for Poplinski. Poplinski a shot through the traffic, right through the blue paint there. It looked like it almost got through the wickets of Florence, but that one cleared out of the zone. And with 1 second remaining, that'll do it here for the power play. Davidson after on the forecheck. My gosh, is he ever terrifying when he gets those legs churning. Looks like a man possessed on the forecheck as that one skated in. Tremblay after it. McHacker in the corner. Intercepted. McQueen to drive off the goalpost. Close call there for Florence. He beaten cleanly, but the iron was there to save him. There's a hard check there. Poplinski went down the follow-through as he was behind McHacker on that play. Shot there, but McKee fans on it. Here's McQueen now. Try to sidestep a stick check there. Nice saucer pass to McPhee. McPhee down low for Poplinski. Driving for the net. Set up and play in front. And that one cleared away. Unable to clear was Watt. Aiden McDonald on the wall. Great pressure here by the Subaru early in the second. McDonald gets past, back to his feet. Here comes Aiden McDonald. Drops to Davidson. Back in front. McDonald, a shot save made. Point blank by Mullins as it was almost a 4-on-1 there for the Islanders in transition. Holy moly, what a play that was. And another great save by Mullins, keeping it a one-goal game here. This game has had every kind of situation you could ever want in a hockey game, and we're only just 4 minutes into the second period here so far as Munden moves it across. Carver trying to get a stick on that. Near side for Munden. Stick check by Chisholm. McDonald fires into the zone. Moved out to neutral ice. Intercept by Hunter McDonald. Here he comes down the wing. McDonald drags and shoots. Save made with the glove. Off the glass for the Subaru is skating it in. Down the wing is Carver. Carver check there. Hauled down to the ice there on the follow through. On the point to Duffy. Duffy a drive. Deflected. Save made. Rebound chances loose in front. Taken in by Munden. Munden a drive. What a save that was by Four. It's a rebound chance. He's holding the goalpost. Will Chisholm on it now on the far side. Close call there for the Islanders. Great pressure by the Subaru as they come together on the rush. Clear it in. Oh, a hard check there. Looked to be almost in the numbers there. Close call there as that could have been dangerous there on that hit by McDonald as McGuinness moves it across. Outlet off the glass near side. Here comes Fleet. Trying to move it ahead to Chisholm. Moves in the corner. McNeil chasing it down. McNeil, near side off the wall, finds McGuinness who dumps it into the corner. Mullen stops it up behind for his defense. Rimmed around near side, Smith gathers it in. Adjusts and moves to neutral ice across from McQueen. McQueen, saucer pass for Smith, a drive, and that one sailed over the blocker side. Another shot, patted aside, a chop play there out of midair. That one blocked by another midair chop. Looks like dueling lightsabers there as that one is the zone for Hookshorst. Moved across, stopped up there by Ellis, moves it there for McCackern. McCackern near side down as McGuinness tries to shovel it in. McQueen moved across. Outlet play, Smith's stick was checked on the attempt to tip it in as Ellis tries to gather it. McCackern, far side, makes play by Delaney to find Hookshorst. He tries to get a saucer pass across on the backhand. Intercepted as Scotland skates in, but that's going to be an offside here against the Subaru. Burgess on the draw against Aiden McDonald in the neutral ice. Trying to chase it down across to Ellis. Ellis battling against Burgess, turns with it. Avoids a hit, moves it across. McGuinness near side for McDonald. Kieran McDonald on the forecheck against McPhee. Knocks the puck off his stick and it's covered by Mullins for the whistle here with 14:24 remaining in the second period of play. McGuinness a drive, and that one off the netting for a stoppage in play. McDonald wins the draw to McGuinness across to Chisholm. Chisholm tipped on goal off the side of the goal by McDonald. With a hard check by McGuinness on the wall. As he took Sparks down. As that one shoveled in front. Whistled down on the stoppage. Line change in the defensive zone here for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru as Aiden McDonald takes his place on the draw for the Islanders. McDonald won that draw. That was Matthew McDonald of the Subaru winning that draw as they advance to play now. McDonald tried to get a stick on that. Off the wall, picked up here by Aiden McDonald as he skids out for the Islanders. McDonald holding on to it. Nice couple Sydney shakes, drops it to Kieran on the point, and he's unable to get the shot away. Hard outlet play off to Tremblay and unable to gather it in as it's off his skate, but escaped the handle with the blade of his stick rather. Has moved in a shot, quick save and a blocker to side there by Forrence. Good forechecking pressure now by the Subaru. And they look to get some sustained zone pressure here. Move down low. Trentham try to get a hold of that. Near side for Chisholm. Good interception there by McDonald in the corner. Finds McQueen. McQueen on the back end. Off the boards to the point. Shot from distance goes wide. Good pressure here by the Subaru. Moved on behind the goal, looking to set things up. Sliding play in front, blocked by McDonald. Moves it out. Great touch play for Kieran McDonald. Trying to chip it past the defense. It's out and down the ice again. And that's going to be an icing call here against the Subaru. So looking to get the correct players back on the ice is the official, as they will not be able to make a line change here after icing the puck. Colby Fleet on the draw for the Islanders in the offensive zone. Up against Matthew McDonald. McDonald wins the draw. Got the effort there. Davidson on the forecheck. Delivers a good clean check. McGinnis on the point. Moves it across to McNeil. A drive through a screen and not getting solid wood on that. It goes into the corner. Land. Far side. As McLean slides it across for Land. Or McDonald rather, as he shoots into the zone. Takes a hit from Davidson, but he got in deep. Tries to get off for a line change as the Islanders look to reset the play. Near side, John Hugh McGinnis. Turning. Works behind the goal. Tried an outlet play. That was gathered in as Fleet saucers it across for Davidson. Ryan Davidson, he's got the lone goal thus far. Trying to slide it through to Fleet. Fleet turning with it now. Colby Fleet backhand feed to the point. Shot through traffic and a blocker save there into the corner by Mullins. Now the Islanders with some zone pressure. Watt kicks it free. Chip down to the neutral ice. Off the glass and out. Munden picks it up. Chase Munden, leading goal scorer for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Moved across. Nice saucer play. Shot there. Blocker to side. By Florence out to neutral ice. Scotland on the back check. Munden dumps it in for the Subaru. Ryan Athor on the forecheck. Great hustle there. Another chop shot. That one goes wide. As Florence tried to get a glove on that, unable to do so. Here come the Subaru again on the forecheck. On to the point. Scotland moves it across. Left point side. Quick shot deflected wide. Ryan on it again. Got to get in below the goal line. As Fleet chases it down. Munden on the forecheck. Trying to set up his man behind the goal. Another shot from distance. That one's blocked. Foot race forward here as Watt looks to get away. Scotland on the back check. Back below the goal line. Watt. Back around for McDonald. McDonald knocked off the puck. But a miscommunication there as McCacken skates it in. McCacken moves it across. Trying to find Chisholm. Ahead of McDonald. A shot. Save. Made rebound chance in front. It's still loose. And it's covered there by Mullins. Another close call and another great save by Silas Mullins. 10:47 remaining. And so far this game has been a battle of the goaltenders, really. Highlight reel saves on both sides. Already the shots 26-19, and we're only halfway through the game, so quite a run and gun style. Both teams putting volume to the goal and making the goaltenders really sweat in this one. And it's still a one-goal contest, only one goal scored, and that was Ryan Davidson that you saw back in that first period of play. As that one rimmed around the boards. Stopped up by Hookshorst. Trying to find Chisholm, and that's going to be a hand pass as Ellis picked that one up after Chisholm caught it out of the air and was unable to get his own blade on that one before Ellis picked it up. So that'll be a hand pass whistled on the play, and it'll Zucher's own face-off just outside the Islanders' zone. And if they committed the offense, they will have to backtrack into neutral ice just outside their own zone as a result. Burgess wins the draw off that battle. Great hustle there. Cross to Poplinski. He fires it into the zone. A hard wrist shot there. Dylan Poplinski, 6'2" and 210 pounds. And leads his team in scoring as a defenseman with 27 points in 24 games played once again. Jonah Ellis, a pretty well equal heft on his own side of things as he's same height and 215 pounds on defense for the Islanders. He also leads the Islanders in scoring as a defenseman with 17 points in 27 games played. As that one Worked in the corner for Hookshaw's check there. Another pass in front. A close call there as the crowd hemmed and hawed on that one. Moved up behind the goal. McDonald hustling after it against McPhee. Tries to move it to the point. Ellis a drive, and that one deflected into the netting for a stoppage. 10:03 remaining. A face-off in the offensive zone with 10:03 remaining here in the second. Just about the halfway point of regulation. Aiden McDonald on the draw. Up against Max Bryan. Tied up there, picked up. Bryan gets a hold of it, chips it into the bench there, and equipment manager Dan McDonald having to put the Dukes up to block that one. And a nice full sportsmanship there by Max Bryan as he tapped Dan McDonald on the shoulder to apologize for clearing that puck into his shoulder. And we'll go to a TV timeout here.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better. Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
And we're back for this face-off in the offensive zone here for the Islanders. Just over the halfway point of regulation. 9:55 remaining in the second. Aiden McDonald on the draw against Max Bryan. Wins it clean to the point to Chisholm. Lucas Chisholm moves it across. Trenum a drive, looking for a deflection in front as McGinnis got a stick on that, but was unable to direct it towards the goal. Lucas Chisholm going to hold the line there. Spun on the near side as he has to chase it down now in his own zone. Up against McQueen as Bryan off the point to Duffy. Duffy, number 12 on the point. Drive there to a screen and glove down through the traffic by Forrest as Bryan was hounding the net mouth. And that gets a couple pushes and shoves from Lucas Chisholm in front of the net. And some heckling from the fans in attendance on that far side. The Islanders climbing up in the shot clock now with 20 shots on the goal in this game to the Dartmouth Steele Subarus 26. But the Subaru are in the offensive zone here for this draw. Ryan on the draw. Munden parked at the top of the circle. Look for a set play here as Munden leads their team in goals. He has quite a release. There's that one. Great defensive draw win there as that one caught McDonald up high, McGinnis rather. As Chisholm tries to clear the zone, Munden fires in the zone for a tag up on the offside attempt. Near side saucer pass from McGinnis. He chips it into the zone. Chasing it down against Scotland. McGinnis. Scotland taking the body on him, trying to get a hold of that puck. Chisholm holds the line and took his man Munden down in the body check. Chisholm off the wall, knocked out of the air. McDonald on the forecheck. McGinnis fires into the zone as Henry has to chase it down in defense here for a close call there as Henry taken out here now. Out come the Subaru. Down the wing. Drag moving, a nice one and a great block there on the poke check by McNeil as he was lying down on the ice. Still didn't give up on the play and got the stick on that passing attempt on the toe drag move as that one moved ahead for Munden. And then went off a body, picked up by Bryan now. Bryan skating in on the right wing side. Drags and shoots off the blocker. A close call there as he really ripped that one. Onto the point. Deflected stop there. And McGinnis unable to take that in stride. Near side. Stopped up McPhee, checked by McDonald. Into the corner. Off the near side wall. Smith with it now. Dropped off. McGinnis holds on. Tries a chop shot. And that one blocked by McDonald into the stands for a stoppage in play. A great back and forth in this game. Still a 1-goal lead for the Islanders after that first period goal by Ryan Davidson. Remains the only one in this contest. We'll see if things open up here. So far, it's been a battle of the goaltenders in this contest. Both teams throwing volume at the net. Is that one taken here by McGinnis? Turning wide, dumping in the zone. Poplinski fires it off the wall. Bryan trying to clear. On to the point. Ellis holds the line. Steps in, tries a shot. That one blocked in front. Another shot. That one grazed the goal stick of Mullins. He got a piece of that. Fleet trying to put it in front, and McGinnis unable to pull the trigger. It wasn't exactly in his wheelhouse. Tried to move to the backhand, was unable to get the shot off. Great pressure by the Islanders on the forecheck. McCackern to drive, and that one stopped up by Mullins, and he covers that at the whistle. Officials looking to keep things civil here once again, as the Islanders hound the net, trying to intimidate Mullins. And apart from that rebound goal by Ryan Davidson, Mullins has been perfect. Quite a few highlight reel saves thus far in this game. Hook shorts on the draw. On to the point, McCackern. Gets checked there by Sparks, but he got it in deep as Watt tries to get a hold of that. Spun to the corner, covered up by Mullins for a whistle. Islanders with a little discussion as to set up the play here. On to the point. Ellis a drive deflected in front as Davidson was knocked down. Hard check on the wall as Sparks got the body on him. Or took the body rather, as that one swept in front. Another play across McCackern to drive, and that one blocked it aside. Great save there by Mullins once again. McCackern on the point. Holds the line, moves it across. Watt in front of the net. That one swept through the blue paint and wide. Great pressure here by the Islanders. Davidson a drive, and he sailed that one off the glove hand of Mullins and into the netting. And the crowd here is really in for a treat here in this contest. As though the goal remains just one in the game, the chances have been many for both teams in this contest. No shortage of effort on either side here. As McDonald trying to throws a goal. A quick shot by Chisholm goes wide. On to the point, Trenum. Shot towards the goal, loose in front, and that one goes wide. It squeaked through the pads there, and that was a close call for Mullins. You heard the crowd in that one. They thought that was in for sure. On to the point. Here's Trenum, a drive. He scores! It's Aiden McDonald with the deflection, I believe. We'll find out shortly who it was, but Trenum with the point shot. And the Islanders extend their lead to 2 here in the second period of play. And a shot through the traffic. And they celebrate with their goaltender, Leo Forrence. And I believe McDonald got a stick on that to deflect it through the 5-hole of Mullins. And the Islanders hit pay dirt for their second of the game in what's been a close defensive contest as far as goaltending is concerned. And that one likely play games with the heads of the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. As McQueen skates it in. McQueen moving in, shoots, and that one sails wide. And looking to make a quick response here, the Subaru, as they skated in. Here comes Bryan trying to move it through. That shows the relief of being finally getting another home game for the Islanders. And then putting on the Jets here throughout this contest, a very exciting one so far. And see if the Subaru can respond here. As out comes Bryan. Bryan a drag shot, a pad save there by Forrence into the corner. McPhee on it in response. Fleet on the puck here as That moved on the near side by McGinnis. It's a good pressure here, but it's taken out now. McGinnis trying to get past McPhee. Knocked off by a stick check as McPhee battles it free. McPhee gets it to Tremblay. Good battle, intercepted there. Fleet with a drive, and that one blocked in front. McGinnis on it now. Islanders are going to capitalize. Onto the point, McNeil lost the handle on it. Could be a close call here as Tremblay gets after it, and quick to get back was John Hugh McGinnis. Good defensive play by number 3. Shoots it on the near side wall. Off the wall and out. Picked up here by the Subaru as they reset. Moved across, tosser pass out to neutral ice to Brian. Brian on the left wing side. Trips it ahead to Tremblay. Or Munden rather. Munden a shot. That one patted aside by Florence into the corner. Good pressure now by the Subaru as they look to get things advanced on this forecheck. And they get some zone pressure established here. The Subaru in response. 4:30 remaining in the second period of play. 2-0 lead now for the Islanders. Sweeping it out. Stopped up in neutral ice. Fired down into the corner. McGinnis. Near side, checked. Physical play really becoming a factor here at this close of the second. A quick shot, and that one blocked aside. Delaney on the backhand. Clears it out of the zone all the way down. That's going to be on goal, though. Forced to play it there. Outlet play for Munden. Trying to get free. Chase Munden a drive. Glove save made by Florence. Shutting that one down. Shots are now 30-23 in favor of the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Score is 2-0 for the Islanders. Taking off the draw by McQueen. McQueen skates free, drops it off, shot there, blocked by Ellis. Good defensive play by number 22.
Winning 50-50, ticket number 9-5.
McQueen turns with it. Sidesteps a check there by McGinnis. Trying to get a shot away and unable to do so. Ellis in the corner. Cleared out. Stopped up by Scotland in the neutral ice. Swept in by Smith. Look behind the goal. McCacken chasing it down against McDonald. Smith trying to get the body. Kieran McDonald on the wall. Slides it to Hookshores. Hookshores play across on the far side wall. Picked off by Henry. Dumps it into the zone. And that's going to be an icing call against the Dartmouth Steele Subaru with 3:17 remaining in the second period of play. Davidson on it. McDonald on the forecheck. Keeps it in front, quick drive, and that one stopped up by Mullins again. Contested quite a few times in this contest. Another great save off the tie-up. The draw worked in here. McDonald moves it across near side, just out of the zone as Chisholm gathers it in and moves it across to Trenham. Aside to Davidson. Ryan Davidson to McDonald. McDonald back to Davidson. Another play across, looking for Watt, unable to pull the trigger. Close call there. Another shot through the traffic. That one stopped in front. And play whistled down as it looks like the net is off the moorings here. So after a couple of penalties in that first period, play's been fairly clean in the second period of play. As far as penalties are concerned, both teams staying out of the box throughout the remainder of that second period for the most part. Is that one taken in? Davidson skating after it against Poplinski. Hard check. Poplinski mustn't move much by that. He's a solid body on his feet. That one near side for Munden. Chisholm on it. Across to Trenham. Trenham turns. Moved out to neutral ice. McPhee on it. Near side. Great pass from McPhee. Finds Ryan as he dumps it in. Chisholm chasing it down. Chisholm in the corner against Ryan. And the Subaru trying to get a chance going here as that's onto the point for Plinsky. Shot through distance, deflected by rebound, Chisholm, but they score! And the Dartmouth Steele Subaru cut the lead in half near the close of the second as it's Ryan with the goal. And look out. The boys from Dartmouth are back in this one. And the tone of this hockey game has changed a little bit after that one. And look for the Subaru to come out with a spring in their step here off this face-off. And try to put the Islanders on their heels here to try to tie it. And an ideal scenario for the Subaru would be to get another one real quick and head into that second intermission all tied up at 2 apiece. And that one on the near side wall, chipped in by Trombley. They look to do just that as they get in on the forecheck. Move down low. Here they come again. Backhand shot and a great save on the glove by Florence. That's a real spring in the step of the Steele Subaru now. Just a minute 39 remaining in the second. Max Bryan on the draw against Colby Fleet. McQueen trying to gather it in. McQueen holds on, shoots. Blockered aside by Florence into the corner. McCacken on it. Picked up here. Pass across. Bryan a drive. That one blocked aside as well. Looking to pick that blocker side twice there in a row. Here they come again. On to the point. Great work being done here by the Subaru on the pressure opportunities here as the Islanders look to clear. Off the boards, held at the line by Duffy. Duffy moves it across. Back to Duffy. Swoops it into the corner. Trombley chasing it down against Chisholm. Fleet trying to clear. Bryan gets there first. We're going to continue the cycle here for the Subaru. On the point, Duffy. Shot from distance, patted aside by Florence. Great pressure here at the close. Just a minute remaining here. Hard check by Fleet. Picked up here, and that's going to be whistled down on that check. And it's a head contact penalty. It's going against Colby Fleet with just 51 seconds remaining here in the second. The Islanders going to the box again. Another head contact penalty, this time going against Colby Fleet. And this power play brought to you by Ideal Concrete. In a less than ideal situation for the Islanders here. As with 51 seconds left in the second after a 2-0 lead, their lead is down to 1 goal. And the Steele Subaru looking to get a dart past the goaltender here on the power play. As that one moved in front. Delaney on it now. Fires it down the ice. Try to take some wind out of the sails of the Subaru. In the close of this second. As they look to get it up quickly here. And get on the attack. Will the Islanders maintain the lead heading into that third? And that one dumped into the corner by the Subaru. Went in behind the goal and a hard check there on the wall behind the play. As Delaney took the body on his man. Subaru looking for a call there. They're not going to get it. As Land picks it up behind the goal line. Below the goal line, rather. Move on the far side. Pass across Delaney, trying to take the body there. Hookshorst moves it into the zone. And across, chipped there by McCacken. London chasing it down. Just 4 seconds to go. Pass across, and a close call there at the horn. As that'll do it here for the second period of play. The Islanders take them a 2-1 lead into the third period, but a minute 9 remaining on that penalty as they'll have to kill a minute 9 of power play time for the Subaru off if they want to maintain their 1-goal lead and continue it into that third period. They'll start the period with a 1-goal lead, of course. And this intermission, second intermission, brought to you by Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC. Whether you're looking for a new or a new-to-you vehicle, Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC has you covered. With a wide range of selection, amazing deals, knowledgeable and friendly staff will get you into your dream vehicle. Visit Ron McGilvery, Chev Buick GMC, and Ron McGilvery Certified Pre-Owned Center at 75 St. Andrews Street in Antigonish, or call at 902-863-2803. That's 902-863-2803. Or shop online at rmggm.com. That's rmggm.com. The Islanders would also like to extend a thank you to Zutphen Contractors and Ideal Concrete for participating in their co-branding program. In addition to being members of the Islanders sponsorship team, they'll also be sponsoring tracksuits for the 2025-26 coaching staff and players. And also a special thank you to Nova Trophy for providing the Islanders players and staff with Islanders hoodies this season. So a 2-1 lead for the Islanders heading into that third period of play. We'll be back shortly after this intermission break to bring you the third period live from the Alligator Sports Center. Stay tuned. And the Islanders and the Subaru both making their way back onto the ice surface. They get set up for this third period of play. A 2-1 lead for the Islanders heading into the third. On that goal in the second. On the point shot from Sam Trentham. And a quick response by the Dartmouth Steele Subaru to cut the lead in half as Sam Ryan got on the board with just 2:03 remaining in that second period of play to make it a one-goal game to start this third period of play. So don't make sure that you spent your intermission getting the extra popcorn, folks, because you don't want to take your eyes off the screen now as we're about to start one-goal game here to start this third period. It's been action-packed throughout, and it will likely be the same for this third period of play as that one dumped in the zone. McPhee after it here for the Subaru. McPhee, far side for Poplinski. Nice move, moves wide. Dylan Poplinski into the zone. Fires it around the boards for Bryan. Max Bryan in the corner. Nice move. Switch it there. Pick it up onto the point. McPhee. Back down for McQueen. Back across to McPhee. Back to McQueen. McQueen waits and shoots. Blocked in front. Here comes McQueen again. Got the puck on a string here as he moves wide. Holds onto it. Goes for a skate. Look at him go. Puts it in front. And I can't get the shot away there. It's Poplinski. Back across. McQueen again. Trying to find Tremblay through his skates and across to McPhee. Back across to McQueen. McQueen. Poplinski a drive through the traffic and wide. There's a little remains on this power play here. Another shot there. Open side there on the goal line. Another chance in front. That one stopped up. On the point, McPhee. Holds onto it. Shoots from distance. Blocked by Hookshorst. Another chance. He fires that one. That one blocked as well. Back to even strength here as the Islanders have killed the starting penalty off. But here come the Subaru again. McQueen trying to skate free. In the zone. Pass in front. Trying to find Poplinski and Davidson off the bench to gather that in. Chisholm a drive off the referee. Gutsy play by the official there to block that shot. Another shot there in the corner. Picked up here by Hookshorst in a collision with the goaltender there. Out to neutral ice. Duffy picks that up and he fires it back in for the Subaru. As there to continue. Hard hit there behind the play by Davidson on Duffy. As Ryan Davidson always keen to take the body. As he chips that one into the zone. Watt after it. Near side Carver. Carver pressured by McNeil. Moves it across. Here comes Bryan a drive off the blocker and into the netting. On that save by Forens. No change up in pace here to start the third period. Both teams still getting the wheels churning and burning through all three zones. As Forens sets up in goal again. Taken in the corner. McDonald trying to get a stick on that. It's battle free by Carver. Behind the goal, trying to center it in front. Stopped up by McGinnis. McGinnis off the far wall to Davidson. Davidson holds on, swoops it near side to McDonald. Aiden McDonald dumps it into the zone for the Islanders. Duffy on it. Sides it to Bryan. Bryan checked by Davidson, but he got it out of the zone. It goes all the way down here as McNeil chases it down. And that one whistled down the icing. As two players try to make a change there for the Subaru, they'll have to go back on the bench. As the Subaru unable to get a line change here on that icing call. And a face off in the offensive zone here for the Islanders. Colby free on the draw. Picked up near side, fired down through neutral ice. McCacken trying to hold that. Moved out in the corner. Ellis chasing it down. Jonah Ellis in his own zone. Gets his feet moving and moves up the neutral zone ice. And that one's going to be whistled down on the offside. And we'll take a face off here in the neutral ice. Just outside of the Subaru zone. Colby Fleet on the draw. McDonald on the tie-up. McGinnis chips it into the zone for the Islanders. Henry on it. Sweeping it off the wall there. Subaru trying to get it out. As Ellis moves it ahead. Henry trying to get a stick on that. Kieran McDonald dumps it in the zone. He takes a hit from Henry. Here come the Subaru down the wing. McDonald on the back check trying to get his man off the puck. Sparks on it. Sweeps it into the zone. And Foran stops it up for McCacken. McCacken rims it around the wall. Ellis on it. Checks Sparks into the wall. Holds the line. Moved across it. Stick check there. On McGinnis. Backhand feed off the glass. As McCacken picks it up. Below the goal line, Thomas McCacken. Chip play out to neutral ice, trying to find McGinnis in stride, and that's off the wall. Hard check there on Fleet by Sparks. Tredham. Pass across to McGinnis in stride. Jake McGinnis down the wing, shoots, and it fought off, it's loose. Moved off the wall, Tredham gathers it in, he shoots, that one blocked aside. Worked in front, picked off there. Good forecheck there by McDonald. Drops it to McGinnis, in front of the net, a chance, save made by Mullins. On that shot in the slot by Hookshorst. Once again, both teams putting volume to the net in this contest. Not looking to waste any opportunities getting pucks through traffic and testing both of these goaltenders. It has been a goaltending contest so far. Both goaltenders putting on a clinic in their own respects in this game. And this is going to be another icing call here against the Subaru. Hunter McDonald on the draw. That draw won by Bryan as that's moved out to McLean off his skate. And looks like a penalty behind the play. It's a tripping call. And it's going against Hunter McDonald of the Islanders. So another power play here. This one brought to you by Zuffman Contractors as the Subaru once again going on the man advantage here. Just 4.5 minutes into the third period of play. Well, they'll look to tie this game here early in the third. Well, this is a huge opportunity here for the Subaru. Look for them to waste no time in starting to put together an offensive attack here as Poplinski stops that one up. That one cleared out of the zone, or rather out of play rather. So another face-off to take place here as the play resets for this draw. Once again, this power play brought to you by Zuffman Contractors. There's a false start to that draw. And as Bryan gets tossed from the draw, and McQueen will have to take it instead. Taken by Bryan off the draw win by McQueen. McQueen holds on to it on the point. Moves it across to McPhee. Down low to Poplinski, back to McPhee. McPhee across to McQueen. McQueen across to Poplinski, one-timer, that goes wide. And the net off the moorings on that post-to-post play by Forens. A little too much gusto on that push. As the net goes off of its center and officials reset it. Forens checks to make sure, and we're good to go for another face-off here. 1 minute 33 remaining in the power play. I just moved to McPhee on the point. McPhee winds and shoots. Glove save. What a hot shot that was. Quite a bit of gusto behind that one as he gets it on the point again. Across to McQueen. McQueen waits and shoots. Blocked by McCacken in front. Back to McQueen. Great pressure here. Another shot in front. Backhand shot. Save made. Glove down and held by Forens as Bryan gets a couple cross checks in for crowding the net of Forens, and the Islanders taking exception to that. McQueen on the draw. On the point to McPhee. Great draw win once again. Moved across McQueen. Tremblay across to McPhee. McPhee to Poplinski. Poplinski a drive, and that one up, gathered in by Ellis, trying to clear, unable to do so. Great play to Poplinski. McQueen back to Poplinski, a drive, he scores! Dylan Poplinski on a one-time rocket through the wickets of Forrest. And the Dartmouth Steele Subaru tie the game on the power play here in the third. And it's a brand new game here at the Almaguer Sports Center. And that brings a notable silence to the hometown crowd. As now momentum has swung in the favor of the visiting team on that power play goal by Dylan Poplinski. Off the face-off, Lucas Chisholm gathers it in. Near side of Trenham. Trenham finds McDonald. Near side to Watt. Knocked off the puck. Munden moves it across. Trying to sweep it up. McDonald on the intercept. Back down for Aiden McDonald. McDonald in front. Deflection off the goalpost. Collision there. As the defense knocked Watt into the goaltender and then into the goalpost. So Mullins shaking that one off and trying to get back to his feet here. As he looks to be okay. And the net was knocked quite a bit off the moorings on that one. A lot of body weight. 3 players, including the goaltender, are going into the net on that one. So no wonder it went so far off the moorings on that play. There's McDonald on the draw, chips it into the zone. Fired off the wall. Munden on the backhand feed, intercepted by McDonald, fired into the corner.
This is my number 10, Alistair McPhee, number 25, Ryder McQueen.
And McPhee and McQueen with assists on the goal by Poplinski. As Munden tried to gather that in, picked off here. Near side chipped for Carver. McDonald trying to get a stick on that. Worked on the near side, shoveled in the zone. Munden chasing it down the forecheck against Chisholm. Carver gets a hold of it. Going to drop it off. Chisholm on the intercept. Fires it off the wall and out. As that one gathered in. Near side to Scotland. Scotland chips it into the zone. He gets a collision by Watt into the linesman. McDonald, nice move to the inside. Intercepted by McDonald. Matthew McDonald, that is, against Aiden. As Smith moves wide. Nice move by Smith to the goal shot. And a save made there by Forrest. Here comes Watt. Trying to pass across. Great intercept by McDonald. Reception of that pass by McDonald. As he dumped that into the corner. Hard check there by McNeil on the follow through. McGinnis gathers it in. Johnny McGinnis behind his own goal. Near side. Saucer across. Fired in by McNeil on goal. It's Mullins forced to cover as Chisholm is hounding him. Colby free on the draw. Will Chisholm pressed to the top of the circle. Look for a possible set play here from the Islanders on this draw. Played by Bryan, gets a hold of that puck. Intercepted by Chisholm, holds on to it on the back end. Saucer off the goal stick of Mullins into the corner. And the Dartmouth Steele Super looking to clear as McNeil tries to chip that in the zone. Caught out of the air by Poplinski as he tries to get after it. Chips it into the zone. McGinnis after it for the Islanders. Backhand feed out of the zone and down the ice. Looking to chase it down. Chisholm on it, looking to beat the icing, and he does. Chops it towards the goal. And it goes in behind on the near side. Fired down all the way down. And that'll be icing against the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Face off in the offensive zone for the Islanders. As Hook Shores takes his place at the face-off dot up against McQueen. Gathering Davis, McDonald trying to feed the point, but it's taken off here by Bryan. Given away. Here comes Delaney. Down the wing and an offside call at the blue line against the Islanders. We'll take things back out for a neutral zone faceoff. Ellis fires in the zone. Land trying to intercept that. Land on the back end. Risky move there, but he got it through. Carver moving ahead with it. Trying to dance past Ellis. Right into the corner, trying to center it. Ellis intercepts that and turns with it. Jonah Ellis. Chips it off the boards. Another chip play. Finds hook shores. Lead feed to Delaney. Trying to make a move. Stopped up by McDonald on the point. Hunter McDonald making a couple of moves, and he's finally knocked off the puck. As that's moved ahead. Munden down the wing. Chase Munden across it. Play for Carver, trying to bank it again. That went off the side of the goal. Ellis behind the goal to Trenum. Hard outlet off the wall. Chipped in by McDonald. He goes for a change as Duffy chases it down. Duffy behind his own goal. Checked by Delaney. Here comes the Subaru off the near side. Nice play to Burgess. Burgess moving in. Burgess a shot. Glove save made by Forrest, and a great shot there by Burgess. And they've earned themselves an offensive zone draw. Shots are now 42-28 in favor of the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. A good credit to Leo Forens holding his own here. Already stopping 40 shots out of 42 in this contest. And the Subaru coming back from down 2 goals to tie it here in the third. Still half a period left to play. And they got their foot on the gas pedal here so far. Scotland turns with it. Trying to get that go-ahead goal moved across to Henry. Henry putting it in front all the way through. Davidson picking it off. Here comes Ryan Davidson sliding it across. Picked off by Henry. Jumping in the corner. Trenum skating it down. Move it across. Chisholm. Far side for Davidson. Ryan Davidson chips it into the zone. Gets a hit there up high. It looks to be a head contact penalty to come up against the Subaru.
Time for the TV timeout.
And that'll ensue a TV timeout before this power play.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better. Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
We're back for this power play brought to you by Ideal Concrete. The Islanders with the man advantage here. Dumped into the corner. But they score! It's Hunter McDonald on the feed in front. And the Islanders regain the lead here just past the halfway point of the third period of play. As number 15 pots another one in on the season. And now once again the Steele Subaru on the back foot here. At least in the numbers game of goals against. They had a lot of pressure to try to get ahead in that game, but a penalty there and a power play opportunity for the Islanders has cost them at least the tie thus far in goals, and the Islanders have an advantage here for the next few. Here they come again, springing the step now of the hometown boys as that moved in the corner for McDonald. Checked by Land in the corner.
Team Breton West power play goal. Scorer number 15, Hunter McDonald.
In the corner, McNeil trying to get a hold of that. Take it over by McQueen. McNeil chasing it down. Covered up by Florence as he's had to face off against Brian there. As Ryan's been aggressive in that forecheck effort against the goaltender Florence in a couple of times during this game. As you got to get to those dirty areas to score goals. And Brian trying to do just that on that play. You never know what could happen on a lucky bounce. Luckily enough for the Islanders, Florence was able to pounce on that one. Another play in front, stopped up by the stick of Florence. Is stopped up on the point shot there through traffic, goes wide. Great pressure now once again by the Subaru, looking to tie it once again. Carver shot a shot through traffic, that one blocked aside. So plenty of hockey left to play here in time on the clock. And so the Subaru wasting no time to try to get the zone pressure and tie it up again. That would clear it past her. McDonald chasing it down. That's going to be an icing call against the Islanders. And McDonald with some choice words for the Subaru defense behind the play. Kieran McDonald always with the gamesmanship and the mind games. There's McDonald on the draw against Fleet. Hard check in the corner there. As that one clear onto the point, not out. Henry holds the line. Quick drive. Patted aside there by Florence. Ellis with the body check there. Fleet holds on up behind the goal. Turns with it. Colby Fleet now. Chipping it off the wall. McDonald got a stick on that. McGinnis chasing it down. He gets checked by Matthew McDonald. Moved ahead. All the way down. Aiden McDonald chasing it down here for the Islanders as he moves behind his own goal. Aiden McDonald. Saucer pass all the way through. Finds Kieran McDonald off his skate. Here come the Subaru. Henry down the wing. Moves wide. Got a head of steam here as he moves in for the chop shot. It goes wide. Sails over the goal. Another chance at the side of the goal. That one stopped off. Watt checked down the ice hard there. And that's going to be called. And it's a charging call, it looks like. And it's going against Sparks on that hit to Watt as Watt goes back to the bench to recover from that check. And so this power play brought to you by Zupfin Contractors. It's another Islanders power play. And Hunter McDonald, who scored the power play goal that gave them a 3-2 lead, is back on the ice on the points. And he gets that puck off the face-off. McDonald a shot blocked in front. Fleet now. Colby Fleet on the backhand feed. Finds Trenham. Trenham tried to sweep it down low, blocked off. And now here come the Subaru short-handed. As Brian spins it back to the defense to kill some time. Hard outlet all the way down, and Trenham has to reset as he gathers it in behind the goal as looks to set up the play here from his own end. Sam Trenham. Far side. Knocked down, chasing. Fleet. Colby Fleet. A pass across, looking for McDonald. It went past him. And here's a short-handed bid here, 2-on-1 for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Here's a chance. In front of the net. Shot. Save made by Florence. Huge stop there by the Islanders netminder, as that could have been a dagger. Has moved on the near side. Fleet skating down. Colby Fleet holds on, shoots it towards the goal, stopped up in front. Another chance here, another shot, save, rebound chance, they bang away. It's still loose in front. Another chance, and that one goes wide. Chaos in front of the Dartmouth Steele Subaru zone, or net rather, as that one taken in the corner. Shoved in front by Hookshorst, goes wide. Ellis chasing it down. Ellis cycles it in for Hookshorst. Hookshorst sweeps it down for Hunter McDonald. McDonald feed to Ellis across to Fleet. Fleet a drive, that one blocked. Or fanned on rather, as it goes out to neutral ice and Ellis chases it down. Just 33 seconds left to go in the power play. Moved across far side. Poplinski gathers it in. He fires it back down the ice for the Subaru. Just 24 seconds remaining in the power play for the Islanders as Ellis gathers it in. He finds Aiden McDonald in stride. Number 92 skates down the wing. Tries to move. Gets it across. McDonald to the net. Save made. Back onto the point. McNeil tries to hold on to it. Great pressure by Ryan. Near side to McGinnis. McGinnis dumps it into the zone. Bounces towards the goal. It's loose. Oh, close call there for Mullins. He has to dive on that to cover it up. And that'll end the power play. Back to even strength with a close call there on the dump. 5:40 remaining here in the third period. 46-33 are the shots in favor of the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. The goaltenders on both sides have had their work cut out for them in this contest. As Jack McGinnis steps up to the draw for the Islanders. They're behind the goal, swept on the near side. Trombley trying to clear, or Sparks rather. Stopped up by McNeil as he dumps it in. McPhee behind the goal. Nice couple moves, left the puck behind though as Delaney tries to pick his pocket. Looking against Sparks. McNeil hard off the glass. Taken in by Poplinski. Poplinski. Hard outlet there, finds Sparks. Sparks drops it off, leaves it there for Smith. Smith to the backhand. Smith to the goal. Backhand feet in front. Stopped up. McGinnis gets a hold of it now. John here, McGinnis. Backhand saucer pass across to Davidson. Picked off there by McPhee. McPhee holds on. Great patience there by number 10 as he fires a saucer pass out. Oh, and almost a beauty there as he tried to catch Sparks. And that's going to be an icing call here against the Subaru. Just under the 5-minute mark remaining here in the third. 3-2 lead for the Islanders as Aiden McDonald steps up to the plate. Taken away by Subaru off the glass and out. Held by Lucas Chisholm. Backhand feed across for Trenum. Sam Trenum down the wing. Tries to move it ahead. Knocked off by Brian. Brian with a backhand feed. Here's McQueen. Got the legs churning and burning as he moves to neutral ice. Space free. McQueen to the goal. He scores! What a goal! By Ryder McQueen, an absolute highlight reel goal. And the Subaru tie the game at 3 here in the third. Unbelievable effort by number 25. What a beauty. Off the draw now. McQueen again trying to split the defense. Gets a hold of McQueen to the goal and trying to sweep it back in. Feet in front there. Got quite a spring of the step there after that beauty of a goal. And almost had another nice setup. Ellis trying to clear it out to neutral ice. Stopped up. Here comes Carver down the wing. And that's going to be whistled down on the offside. Face off in neutral ice here. Taken by Fleet, moved across. McNeil. Hard outlet off the wall. And that'll be an icing call here against the Islanders with 3:48 left to play. Well, the question on everybody's minds is, will we need overtime here? 3:48 remaining. All knotted up at 3 apiece. As Ryan steps up to the plate against Fleet. Fleet wins the draw. Off the far side to Davidson trying to get a hold of that puck. Off the boards, McGinnis picks it up and he skates out with it. Johnny McGinnis off the glass into the zone. Davidson hustling after on the forecheck. Gets the legs churning. Near the corner, another check on the wall. Scotland gets a hold of it. Here comes Henry. Near side for Carver. Carver checked there, knocked off the puck. As McNeil swoops out of the zone. Scotland chasing it down. He gets a hold of it behind his own goal. Scotland, hard outlet. Great saucer. Passing a beauty to Carver down the wing. Carver holds on. Moves it across. Nice stick check there by Colby Fleet, but it's kept alive by McDonald. Anders are going to clear the zone. Chisholm dumps it in the zone as McPhee tries to chase that down. McDonald gathers it in. Aiden McDonald. Puck hopped over his stick, but he gets it in for Kieran. That one taken behind the goal. Nice play there by McPhee as he finds Sparks. Lead pass ahead to Smith. Smith shoots, and that one blocked by Chisholm. 2:30 remaining here in the third. Swept towards the goal, blocked by Trenham. Great pressure here at the close by the Subarus. They have to reset there as they're slightly offside as McPhee gets a hold of it. Chipped in the zone, picked up here by Chisholm. Off the wall, Sparks gathers it in. Here comes Sparks down the right wing side. Holds on and shoots. Glove save made by forward to the whistle. So quite a contest here. Florence has made 47 saves so far in this game as the Dartmouth Steele Subaru have notched 50 shots on goal in this game. 33 for the Islanders. That's moved out. Taken here by Hookshorst down the wing. Islanders captain tries to sweep it in front, and that one knocked off by Land. Land off the glass and out. McCacken going to chase it down. Ellis there to help him out. And Ellis tried to get a hold of it. Great hustle there by Brian to try to get a hold of that puck. Here's McCacken. Near side for McDonald. Hunter McDonald. He's got the third goal of the game for the Islanders. He shoots it out. Intercepted by McQueen. McQueen into the zone. Taken away by McDonald. Saucer play through neutral ice. Trying to find Chisholm. Land turns with it. Play across. Brian. Knocked off the puck. But he got it. McDonald now. McCacken. Cross. Land picks it up. That's going to be an offside call against the Subaru. And it could be a countdown to overtime here, folks, if neither team is able to notch a goal in this final minute 18. If we go to overtime, we're really in for a treat either way. This is must-watch hockey here at the Alamogordo Sports Center as that one moved ahead. Off the wall, Sparks gets a hold of it, tries to slide it free for Ryan. Ryan chips it ahead. Down to the corner, Trenham chasing it down. Trenham after it. Inside, Ryan tries to sweep it out behind the goal. Down to the final minute of play here in the third. Move behind the goal. Back bank play in front, blocked there by Trenham. Trenham moves it on the near side behind the goal. Ryan Davidson on it. Sweeps it down into the stands for a stoppage in play. .8 remaining in the third. Bryan on the draw against McDonald. Trenham sweeps it down in the corner. Shot by Poplinski goes wide. 39 seconds remaining here. A shot there from the point, deflected out of play by the stick of Florence. With 34.8 seconds remaining here in the third period. And the Dartmouth Steele Subaru in the offensive zone on this draw. Bryan. Draw won by Aiden McDonald. Near side Fleet tries to gather it in. Poplinski tried to block that. Picked up by Tremblay. Tremblay in his own zone. For Poplinski. Poplinski for McQueen. McQueen leaves it for Tremblay. Tremblay down the left wing side. Chips it into the zone. Just 12 seconds to go. Trying to sweep it out front. Picked up by Bryan. Bryan tried to put it in front. On the point. Quick drive all the way through and wide. 4 seconds to go. Quick shot there from distance. Another chance in front. They bang away. And that'll do it here. And we will need overtime. 5 minutes of 3-on-3 coming at you shortly to decide this one. And here we go, folks. 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime, just like the big leagues. As it's Sam Ryan, Brendan Smith, and Alistair McPhee on the ice for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru against Lance Hookshorst, Cooper McNeil, and Sam Trenham for the Islanders to start this 3-on-3 overtime. Off the draw, it's picked up by McPhee in his own zone. He turns with it. Moves behind the goal to try to set up the play and get the rush started here for his teammates. Moved across, saucer pass and a beauty. Here's a chance, moving in the wing. Backhand shot goes wide. Close call there as Smith got in alone on that outlet play by McPhee in the corner, battling for it now, trying to gain possession of the Subaru. McNeil off the wall, Smith chasing it down. Smith checked there. Hookshorst gathers it in. Looking to make a play. Here comes Lance Hookshorst down the wing. Holds on, chips it into the zone. Trenham after it on the forecheck. Moving on to the point. Hookshorst tries to make a move, holds on to it, moves it across for a one-time option for Trenham, but he was picked off there by Smith. And a line change here for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Near side for McDonald is on the ice now. Hunter McDonald looking to make a move. Turns with it. McDonald skating wide. McDonald waiting. Holds on. Got the puck on a string here as he tries to get past the defense, but he's picked off. He moves it across. Tremblay trying to set it up here for the Subaru. Moves in wide. Turns with it. McQueen. Here comes McQueen, and that one whistled down on the offside. Colby Fleet on the draw against Bryan. Bryan wins the draw. Here come the Subaru. Moving into Scotland. Splits the D, moves in, drops off. Thinks Weiser of forcing it there. As any turnover can cost you, even in the offensive zone. In 3-on-3 overtime, as Scotland moves in. Moves it far wide across to Bryan. Checked by Fleet. Bryan finds Munden. Chase Munden, leading goal scorer on the ice, finds Bryan. Bryan looking to sweep it towards the goal. Knocked off there and taken now by Chisholm. Will Chisholm. Intercepted there by Bryan. Bryan trying to sweep it in front, taken by Fleet. Here comes Colby Fleet on the left wing side. Moves over the line. Fleet behind the goal. Holds on to it. Tries a drag move. Blocked off the puck there. As out comes Bryan. He's got some tired legs though. He couldn't beat the defense as he has to turn it back. And he gets off for a change. Try to recover from that shift. And here comes McPhee now again. Alistair McPhee. Moving in wide. Holds on. Nice move by McPhee. Saucer pass across. And almost close call there for McDonald. As Kieran McDonald on the ice. Here comes McDonald down the left wing side. Three pass ahead. Here's a chance in front. Save made, rebound chance. And that one cleared wide. Close call there. Here's another opportunity. McDonald on the point. Has to work against there. As McDonald was trying to chase him down. That was Matthew McDonald, that is. And as Kieran McDonald turns with it now. So minute 53 remaining here in the overtime. Move to Trenham. Sam Trenham. Moves down the ice. And that's going to be an offside against the Islanders. The minute 42 remaining in the overtime period. And so if overtime doesn't decide it, folks, we will go to a shootout. Minute 42 remaining in the overtime period. Lex Watt on the draw. Draw win by Ryan. He finds Henry. Number 4 turning with it now for the Dartmouth Steele Subaru. Cross knocked off by Davidson. He chips into the zone. Hard check there inside the blue line. Ryan. Knocked off. Here comes Watt. Watt moving wide. Knocked off the puck. The Subaru looking to advance. Picked off by Trenham. Sam Trenham, minute 15 remaining in the overtime. Here comes Trenham. Thinks Weiser forcing it, turns wide. Looking to reset it, finds Watt. Lex Watt. Across to Davidson. Davidson spins with it. Moves it across to Trenham. Sam Trenham holds on, trying to feed it across, and that one picked off. Lex Watt, just 52 seconds remaining in the overtime period. Watt turns wide. Near side, picked off by Henry in transition. Here's a 2-on-1 chance in overtime. Henry a shot. Closing the wickets there was Forens. Across to Brian. Brian back across. Henry shoots it towards the goal. That's blocked. Hookshorst gathers it in. Here comes Hookshorst trying to clear it ahead. Picked off by Henry. Here's a chance again here for the Subaru. In the overtime, 20 seconds remaining. Move it across. Here they come again. It's Tremblay. Holds on, waits. Moves it to the point to Henry just 8 seconds to go. Henry on the point, tries to shoot towards the goal. Picked off on McNeil. Outlet play all the way down. And that's an icing call here. Well, that'll do it here for this one. As we will go to a shootout to decide this game, folks. So stay tuned. Shootout on the way. And here we go, the start of the shootout. First shooter for Dartmouth Steele Subaru is Sam Ryan. Moving in on Forens. Moves wide, shoots, and he sailed that one wide. That one gets a big round of applause from the hometown crowd. First shooter for the Islanders, it's number 17, Will Chisholm. Chisholm gains the puck and moves in on Mullins. Chisholm to the goal, and he scores as the net went off the moorings, but the puck crossed the goal line before it, and advantage goes to the Islanders as Chisholm gets the first goal of the shootout. Second shooter for the Subaru. It's Ryder McQueen. Ryder McQueen moving in. Shoots off the goal post. And there's still another shooter here, as Forens had thought that was the decider. But still another shooter here. As McGinnis has a chance to win the game here for the Islanders. Here he comes, one-on-one against Mullins. McGinnis shoots off the goal post. So the Subaru are still alive in the shootout here. And Chase Munden has to score here to continue for the Subaru. Here comes Munden, one-on-one against Forens. Shoots off the post. That'll do it. The Islanders win it in a shootout. And the crowd goes absolutely ballistic here. Lone goal in the shootout scored by Will Chisholm. And a pair of goalposts on the side of Leo Forens. And the Islanders start this two-game homestand against the Dartmouth Steele Subaru with a win in the pocket, heading in to the matinee game tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Make sure to tune in for that one. As this has been Brendan Maloney from High Button Sports, thanking you all for tuning into this one, and we'll see you in the next one.